Hello and welcome to your Business Bulletin. I'm Karan, Seth, and here are the headlines we're tracking for you this Friday morning. The United States bombs Iran for the second straight day after President Trump pulled the plug on the ceasefire agreement that lasted about 3 weeks. While Tehran hits back, striking American military bases and strategic centers in Bahrain, Kuwait, and Qatar. This as the funeral procession of former Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei begins in Mashhad, even as Trump threatens further strikes. Crude oil steadies this morning after Wednesday's spike. Brent hovering between $76 and $79, within striking distance of the $80 mark. Shipping traffic at the Strait of Hormuz remains at a near standstill. Worth remembering here, we're still well below the April peak of $120 when the Hormuz closure first shocked global energy markets. TCS meets street expectations in the first quarter on the back of multiple AI transformation deals. Net profit up 5% year-on-year at 13,349 crore rupees and 12 rupee interim dividend announced. Hiring hits a 15-quarter high, the company adding over 9,000 people between April and June. Margins dip slightly on a higher wage bill. Management commentary today is expected to set the tone for the entire IT pack. Staying with tech, reports say the US Justice Department's probe into alleged H-1B visa fraud is widening, with dozens of subpoenas issued and cognizant among the companies named. A story with direct implications for India's IT services giants and their on-site workforce model. The IMF cuts India's financial year 27 growth forecast to 6.4%, citing elevated energy prices that outweigh resilient domestic activity. The Asian Development Bank follows, trimming financial year 27 to 6.6%, though it retains a bullish 7.3% for financial year 28. The message from both? West Asia is now the single biggest external risk to India's growth story. Big strategic news from Melbourne. India and Australia finalize arrangements for long-term uranium supplies and expanded cooperation in critical minerals. Prime Minister Modi at the Australia-Indian CEOs Forum pushes for an early conclusion of the CECA trade agreement. The government hands a fresh boost to electronics manufacturing, duty exemptions on display assembly and wireless charging components, and expanded relief for lithium-ion cell machinery, all in force till March 2029. The signal is clear from assembling in India to making components in India. NSE targets a September launch for its 30,000 crore rupee IPO. SEBI has issued its first set of observations on the draft papers. Sources say they are largely procedural, with final approval expected by August. The most anticipating listing of the year inches closer. South Korean chip giant SK Hynix lists on Wall Street today after pricing its offer at $149, 3% above the Korean close, in a listed reported to be more than 7 times oversubscribed. The fundraise, over $26 billion. The AI memory trade clearly is alive and well. In Washington, minutes from the Federal Reserve's last meeting reveal a split committee, with some officials arguing for a rate hike this year, not a cut. New Fed Chairman Kevin Walsh testifies before Congress on Tuesday, the next big global trigger. And a fresh corporate flash, Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin is raising about $10 billion in its first outside funding round at a valuation of about $130 billion. The space race is now a funding race, clearly. On the weather front, the monsoon has covered the entire country, but at 35 days, it's the slowest progress in 5 years. Red alert in Delhi as heavy rains lash the capital. Surat and large parts of Gujarat remain flooded, and rescue operations continue in Pune after garbage mound collapsed into a building. And moving to sports at the World Cup, France beats Morocco 2-0 in the first quarterfinal in Boston. Kylian Mbappe misses a first half penalty but makes amends with a stunning curler. His 8th goal of the tournament, taking him top of the Golden Boot race, ahead of Lionel Messi on assists. Ousmane Dembele adds the second. France marches into a third straight World Cup semi-final and awaits the winner of tonight's Spain-Belgium quarterfinal. Well, let's start with the day's market action. The market has opened strong this Friday morning, after Thursday's positive close where the Sensex gained 238 points to settle at 76,744 and the Nifty ended just shy of 24,000 at 23,962. The bulls have taken charge at the open. The Sensex jumped around 600 points at pre-open, with the Nifty reclaiming 24,100. The trigger, a global chip and AI rally. Japan's Nikkei is up 2%, South Korea's Kospi surging more than 4%. Overnight on Wall Street, the Nasdaq claimed 1.3% past 26,200. The S&P 500 gained 0.8% and the Dow closed at 52,487. All this despite the fresh US-Iran exchange, with markets betting the conflict stays contained. Stocks in focus today. TCS reacts to its Q1 numbers alongside Maruti Suzuki, JSW Steel, JK Tyre and Federal Bank. On currencies and commodities, the rupee trades around 94.43 to the dollar. Gold on the MCX holds near 1,45,000 rupees per 10 grams. And at the pump, no change. Petrol and diesel prices steady since May 25, with petrol in Delhi at 102 rupees 12 paise. The takeaway for the day, earnings session is underway. The global AI trade is doing the heavy lifting, but keep an eye on crude. Because this quarter, India's market story is being written as much in the Strait of Hormuz as on the Lal Street. That's your business bulletin for this Friday morning. I'm Karan, Seth. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Jai Hind.